Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence. I'm Francis McCarthy, and I'm bringing you a redo today. It's an 8x8. It's called Morning Light, and we did a version of this about 2-3 months back. That was the 5x5, and I was so happy with the way that turned out that I decided to load this up. And this painting has a distinction of being redone like 4 or 5 times. As a matter of fact, the painting you're looking at now was the product of 3 redo sessions already. So, but I was so happy with the way the 5x5 looked that I felt that it would be good to bring the 8x8 in line with it, and so I have. And so we have today's video, and you can see my incremental process here. Now, it's Thursday. I haven't had a video up this week yet, except for, well, I put out a past masters, and then I put out the brushstrokes demo, which people seem to like quite a lot. I'd be curious to see if that was the entire 2.5 hour, 3 hour painting session, if people would tune into that. But we will see actually at some point, because I am at some point in the near future, I will say. I think it was Saturday that I was working on Autumn in Montclair by George Innes, and I am recording that and kind of chatting a little bit as I'm painting it. So that full session will be going up, and I've got that back on the easel today. It was dry to the touch yesterday, and I gave it a quick coat of liquid, and it looks like a bunch of little hairs stuck to it or something. I really hate when that happens, but I've wiped that down with a little bit of oil. And it seems like it'll be alright. Besides, we're gonna paint the heck out of it, and I'll be talking plenty while I'm doing that this afternoon. But I will say that I was using my small Sony display, which I happen to like the color on better, but it's small. I have a larger TV that takes USB sticks, and it's not a huge TV. It's probably maybe 22 inches across or something, but I've decided to use that for finishing, and it looks quite different, but I think it'll be okay. A lot less contrast, a lot less darkness, and I'm looking at the study I did on Saturday. It seems very, very dark to me, but that's okay, because it's quite nice to paint from dark into light, and so it won't be a problem at all, since I like the darks to usually be behind the lights anyway, since the dark things tend to be underneath or in the distance, and light things tend to move forward visually. Of course, the exception for this being the sky, which is always the lightest thing in the painting, so there's a giant contradiction for you, but hey, it makes sense to me. Anyway, today is Thursday, May 10th, and it's been a bit one of these periods in the studio where not a lot of painting seems to be getting done. It's a lot of other things going on, but as I think I discussed in one of my last videos, you have to just kind of roll with that sort of thing. You can't stress about it, and I do actually don't stress about anything I do, but I am driven to create paintings, and I'm driven to create the music, and I'm driven to get the work out and keep moving and keep making new things, and that's what I'm really interested in. I also like to go in and finish things, but only up to a certain level. I'm not one of these people that has to have the most refined and perfected thing you ever saw, which is interesting, since I'm what you call a type 1, and that is the in the Enneagram anyway, that's what you call a perfectionist. But I like to think of myself as an evolved perfectionist, in that I realize that nothing is ever perfect. Nothing is even really ever even close to perfect, and instead of trying to create things that are perfect, it's better, I think, to have a sense of what perfection is and to work towards it. And in my experience, the best way to get your work closer and closer to perfection is by doing a lot of work. And in the process of doing a lot of work, you're going to have some pieces that are very, very good and some that are very bad, and then a spectrum that lies in the middle between those two extremes. And that's pretty much how it'll be even if you don't do a lot of work. The difference is if you do a lot of work, you'll have more good pieces. It's really that simple. It's basic arithmetic if you think about it. Somebody who's a perfectionist, say on the dark side of perfection, will just keep tweaking things, and what will happen is they'll get stymied to the point where they won't make anything at all, because they're going to run into this nothing is perfect thing, and they're not going to be able to create anything perfect, so probably they're just going to give up. I'm not into that, and I'm into just working and working and working and working and working and progressing, and bit by bit we do get better. So maybe you can learn from my example. Maybe you have a different personality type. Maybe you have the type of personality that you're going to do 3 paintings a year and they're all going to be extraordinary, and I'd say that's rare. And even if you are that person, you're still going to do better by working all the time. And I would recommend doing more than 3 paintings. Start a new painting every day. Why not? I am doing what I have been doing in the studio is been well, first of all, wrangling with this bad batch of ivory black. Quick drying ivory black has really put a monkey in the wrench in the works, since a lot of the paintings I wanted to get in and work on weren't dry yet. But I think I've worked my way through that. I basically threw that tube in the trash, and I won't name the company name that made the tube, but normally their paint is very, very good, but anyone can have a problem or an issue, so I don't want to badmouth them here. But I am using a competitor's brand of quick drying black right now, and it seems to be working real well. And actually, I have to say that it could have just been a portion of that tube too, because I noticed on this Annette's landscape I was working on Saturday that it was pretty much dry to the touch after about 4 days, which is what I'd expect. I'd really like it if it was dry to the touch the next day, but I can handle 4 days. That's okay. It's when something's not dry after a week and a half or 2 weeks that I start to get a bit cross. But I've gone in and I've done finishes on about 4 or 5, maybe 6 of the new Past Masters series. So, and I'll be getting in and probably photographing those probably tomorrow night. So I will have something in the queue. I think we're on 23 this last weekend. So we've got 2 weeks, right? Yeah, and I will have something for you. In fact, I might even start it off with a bang with this the full-fledged Autumn in Montclair. Anyway, I see we're getting close to the end. New subscribers, you guys are awesome. Thank you for subscribing and paying attention to my videos and channel. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you're getting some real good value. And old subscribers, you guys are even better because you stick around and you keep coming back, and I think that's really great. And I get a lot of really positive comments and feedback from you guys on the channel and on email, and you're welcome to email me anytime. Just go to my website. My email is easy to find there. Anyway, we'll be back real soon with another video. Meanwhile, please take good care and stay out of trouble.